Yo, what's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and I know a lot of people was wondering, what's going on with the depth chart? I mean, the injury report. Is Lane Johnson coming back? It don't look like it. It don't look like it. Cam Jurgens, but Landon Dickerson actually rested for practice, but they said that he'll be able to go. Fred Johnson tweaked his ankle in practice, but he's good. He said he'll be ready to go. We have the interview on that. The Eagles, pending the game being in pretty high winds again, the Eagles have decided to practice outside. They were outside doing some drills, and I guess I would think throw in the wind. I know the wind causes a lot of problems, I guess, in Chicago. So they're trying to prepare a little better for the wind. We got a former Eagle actually coming to visit again. We got was it Thomas Booker? Thomas Booker will probably be. He's on the Raiders. We traded him to the Raiders, and he'll be coming back to Philly to see some old guys, some old friends. I think, guys, that we win this game. We should win this game. We were trending up outside of the turnovers and stuff like that. We was trending up. We was actually moving the ball pretty well. I think we only had 3 third and outs and in that game. I hate to keep going back to that game, but the stats are in that game. So I think we had only 3 third and outs, 3 and outs. And I think in that game, Jordan Davis kind of submitted himself for some Pro Bowl votes, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. Brian Baldinger thinks the same thing, So, man, look, I'm loving the way Jordan Davis playing. He's playing mean, and that just don't seem like his personality, but that's who he is on the field. I can only imagine when he's lining up, right alongside Jalen Carter. And they're both, just bringing havoc, just making havoc out there on that field. I'm going to be straight into the playoffs, too. So, you know what? BG actually talked about what the message is for today. What the message is coming up on the game. How to feel about this adversity. And we got the video of BG talking about that now. Smitty was asked if Jalen Hurts seems any different. He had a pretty historic game. Not the way he probably would like to have a historic game, but they asked Smitty, wait, does he seem different? And Smitty gave a real Smitty answer. I got that on him. Saquon Barkley actually talked about what he think we should be doing, what the feeling is in the locker room, and how did he feel about coming up, about things is going on. So we got that video. Last, we're gonna have Ross Tucker and his predictions. So let's get into it. Started off right. Fred Johnson tweaked his ankle in practice, and they asked him, "You gonna be able to play?" This is what he said.
I was feeling great. He had got nicked up, and that led to recovering some things that was hindering me the last couple of weeks, and got it figured out. I felt great today at practice. Felt back to my old self. So.
Think you'll play on Sunday then?
Yeah, I'm definitely playing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you said it got nicked up. Was that in the game, or did you get hurt during practice?
I got nicked up in practice, and right when practice started, and then I'm sorry. And then when we had to go figure out what was going on with it, because it was bothering me for a couple of weeks, we did, and we got to the bottom of it. It was something that we didn't even think about, and got it treated yesterday, and continue the treatment throughout Sunday. So.
I expected Fred Johnson to play, man. Who we're kind of up in the air about is Lane Johnson, man. Whether we bring him back this game, next game, I'm kind of hoping that we can muscle out these last couple of games and he just come back in the playoffs to get some downhill juice going. You know what I'm saying? Fred Johnson has been more than capable. He's played some pretty good linemen, some defensive linemen, some pretty good edge rushers, and he's held his own. So, you know, he's not Lane Johnson, but he's held his own. So I don't think it's such a rush to bring him back. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. Let me know what y'all think. Would y'all rather have Lane Johnson right now, or it's okay for him to come back at the playoffs? Almost like the same thing with Jalen Carter. I would like to see Jalen Carter wait to the playoffs and to come back. And he come back nice and fresh for the playoffs. That's just me. Let's get into the Smitty. Smitty was asked if Jalen Hurts is any different. And this is what he said.
Same Jalen. You don't just sit up there and just beat yourself up over things like that. You know, in this game, you know, stuff like that happens. You know, everybody's gonna have a game where they're down. I mean, you tell me somebody that you know that don't have games like that.
Okay, yeah, I think Jalen's biggest characteristic in that locker room is he's even keel. He's not either one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? He's not too high, he's not too low. And he keeps everybody in the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's real easy to win a couple of games and just fly off the handle with it. You know, get too confident, lose a couple of games. You lose too many games, you get too low and you lose games because you're not confident. You've got to be confident in this game. And man, if you're quarterback everywhere, it's hard for you to be on the ground, like where you should be at. So, like I said, it's a lot of people. Even me, I feel like it's trending forward. Soon I would love for it to just come together in this game. Come together in this game and just flow on into the playoffs. I would love that. But we'll see. Brandon Graham talked about what the message was. What he would like for these guys to do, his ideas on things, and what he told the guys.
You know what's cool? I tell them to block the noise out. Like, I haven't seen too much of nothing. I wouldn't know, because you just got to be in your own world. Even when you win, too, because you can't just, you can, but you don't want to have that where you're just jumping back and forth, because even when you thought you did it just as good, you always going to have somebody saying something in the comments. You just can't worry about all that, because we are the ones in here that's really going to make the difference. And so I would just say, like I tell them, just stay focused on what we need to do. When we in here, that's where you really block out the noise, because we ain't talking about all that. But when you at home, that's the hardest part. That's the hard, because everybody on social media, everybody, they go through their scrolls, they following certain Instagrams that talk bad about you. I follow WIP and all them and NBC, all y'all. I hear you, but sometimes it ain't. I just scroll right past it, because I know it ain't nothing good right now. And y'all get paid to do what y'all do, and I get paid to do what I do. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm focused over here. And that's what I tell them. Like, man, that just comes with growth. It ain't always easy. And of course, everybody, we know that it ain't always easy to deal with a little adversity. And that's all it is. It's just a little adversity right now, but it ain't nothing that we can't handle.
BG, I think that's why he here. Outside of the performance, which he is performing pretty well, they put him at D tackle at one point. And BG has did a little D tackle. Ask Tom Brady. I had to take that shot. Ask Tom Brady, man. He has played a little D tackle. He's strong enough to do it, so why not keep a lot of good fast pass rushes while pushing the pocket back? Why not? He handles the hell out tackles. So I think it's an even move when you put them right there on a guard. They're a little more stronger, I'm guessing, than tackles. I'm just guessing, man, because they're in there messing with D tackles more so than anything. So and then he's small. He's a little low to the ground. So he got an advantage right there if he was to do a move. So just getting BG on the field benefits you, in my opinion. Saquon Barkley weighed in on what his thoughts is of what's going on in the locker room. Let's get to that.
I think it's because it's going to sound like, simple, but I've been through a lot. I'm sure you've been through a lot. We all been through a lot in life. Like, losing 3 games is obviously not ideal, but we talk about adversity to who? Everything we want is still there. Like I said after the game, there's a lot of teams that would love to be in our position. So that's a mindset that I choose to take, and I feel like we're taking. And I think it's easy to be, have a positive mindset when you believe in yourself, and you know the talent that you have, you know the talent that we have on this team and the coaches that we have on the team. And I'm a big believer the work you put in is going to show at some point, and it hasn't, especially the last 3 weeks. But the beautiful thing, we get an opportunity this next Sunday. So I promise you guys we're working our ass off, and hopefully we get back on track this week.
Sound very Saquon. Sound very Saquon. That ain't a bad thing. It's a good thing. You know, that, like I said, this offense, Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, and Fred Johnson is starting to like trend upwards. So I can see them taking another big step this coming Sunday, and just keep moving. Just keep stacking days, man. Stacking days. That's all we want them to do is stack days. Fred Johnson is Will Dillon is now dealing with an ankle. You got Landon Dickerson dealing with a calf. He probably was hurt since week 1, and he's been hurt all season long. But he a warrior, man. He a warrior. And nobody's gonna just snatch him out just because we feel like he ain't playing up to the standard up to the Pro Bowl standard. So, you know, I can only hope for him to make it through this game healthy and continue to build on his healthy days. Ross Tucker is giving us some predictions. Let's go into them, and then I'll get into mine.
Can't overstate how important it is that the Eagles get off to a fast start. Number one, you don't want to allow the underdog, like the Raiders are, to hang in there and get more belief that they're going to win the game. And number two is the crowd. You know, after 3 straight losses, things could get ugly if the Eagles get off to a sluggish start. The Raiders have a couple positive things going into this game. It sounds like they might have their best offensive lineman, Colton Miller, at left tackle back. I think Kenny Pickett in his first start for the Raiders, maybe he gives them a spark that they weren't getting from Geno Smith. Ultimately, I don't care. I think the Eagles are clearly the better team. I think they pick up where they left off Monday night, other than the turnovers, and I think they win 27-13.
Yeah, very easy game, I think, for us. It should be a very easy game on defense. I think the defense should control the whole game. A touchdown or 2 is enough. 14 points for them is enough. All the offense got to do is put up 14 points. 14 points. And I think we can put up 14 points. So this should be a gimme game. Beat up on a guy, get your confidence up game. And we going to play with the Washington Commanders. So that's all I got for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you don't miss no video. And we out. Let's go Birds.